I am Rob Burrell, and I am a recording engineer, producer. I spend most of my time mixing. I've been engineering for about 28 years and been essentially mixing exclusively for the last 17 or so.
All the hidden stuck emotions, the undercurrent of an ocean, not gonna let it all pull me down.
For the bulk of my career, in fact, starting before I was even doing this full-time, Focusrite has been a sound that I loved. In fact, the studio we're at right now, they have some of the original ISA 110 preamps that were originally commissioned to be made. And so that sound, whether you're a musician or an engineer, I think you might grab a guitar and it just feels right to you, or for an engineer, something just, it says what your ears want to hear. Focusrite has always been that for me. It's always been a go-to sound. So when we were talking about doing this today, I knew that the texture of the preamps would be exactly what I needed. I chose mics that would complement both the singers and instruments, but also that would complement what the Focusrite preamps bring to the table. And so that was my thought process behind those choices. Today's setup was a Focusrite 428 Mark II with a Dante card, which was connected to a Cisco switch. I also used two ISA One preamps that actually fed into the 428 because the 428 has 4 extra inputs to feed the Dante card because the Dante card is an 8-channel card. So I was able to leave all of that out on the floor with the talent and have all of those streams come down the pipeline. From there, they went into my 16 line, which also was using the 2 preamps on board that for the room mics, and that went into the computer via Ethernet. So really simple, really elegant setup. The setup that we did today is a setup that anyone could do if someone's doing a house concert, if you wanted to record at home. This would be a very typical setup that even though we're in a commercial facility, we kind of did this as if we weren't, because everything is coming in from the tracking room via one Ethernet cable into the Red 16 line interface, Thunderbolt into the computer, into Pro Tools. It's so simple, and for something that needs to be mobile, you know, oftentimes you need fewer variables to have reliability. This eliminates a lot of potential for what if this cable goes bad, what if that cable goes bad. Also, speed and time are usually of the essence. And so for this, not having to run all kinds of cables, regardless of whether you have to troubleshoot them or not, it just is so fast to get up and running. It's very quick. For achieving a finished, complete sound, this is one of the reasons that you could ask many of my assistants from the past, you could ask artists that I've worked with. I recommend Focusrite's ISA One to them all the time, and there are a few reasons for that. One is to me, the sound of that preamp, it sounds like a record. It sounds balanced the way that it needs to sound. Another thing that I love about it is that it's portable and flexible. And so I can take it anywhere, and I do. I take mine everywhere I go. I never know when I'm gonna, throw it out on the floor as a bass amplifier or use a couple of them to put keyboards through. So versatile, but everything has this texture that just sounds great.
There's a great big world to see.
I love ISA, and I've said this, and I said this before. It literally sounds like a record to me. It's the sound of it connected with me from a very young place in my career, and it's always been something that I know, okay, that's what I need. It's that sound that is going to get me where I want to go. And for everything that I love about it sonically, now with the ability to pair it with RedNet and use audio over Dante, it takes it all to the next level, because it's all that sonic beauty, but in a way that can be easily configured for remote recording, in the studio, wherever it might be. It's now added technical flexibility to the sonic excellence that it's always been known for.